Listen.
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome. The wait is over.
Let's get this thing started. Welcome, one and all across the nation and around the world. I welcome you all to episode 123 of the In or Out Sports Debate. I'm your host, Drew Willingham, and we are back for another great edition. Yes, we have some shenanigans to start the show out, but it's time to rock and roll as we got the 8-time Vault of Fame inductee back in the house tonight. He is the host of the Grind Wrestling Podcast here on SIRTOBA Media. Give it up for my man with two ends, Mr. Korrey, man. Welcome back there, brother.
Well, thank you, sir. It's glad to have an opportunity to be back on this great program, the pillar of SIRTOBA Media. And if you did not heed the warning in the beginning, you better let us in.
Yes, you better let us in because we are here for episode 123 of the In or Out Sports Today. I got my tongue twisted from that intro. Took us over, let us in because we are here, man. I swear the Fiend is here, live in action, taking over, ready to rock and roll. But again, we are here for episode 123. Got some pretty cool graphics tonight. Got some pretty cool topics. Talking about football, talking about wrestling, and a little bit of basketball with UK tonight on episode 123. As I am hyped to be here with my man, two ends, rock and roll. We might even talk about John Cena at some point in this show because when it comes to him, there is an H, and there's an N, and a whole lot more coming after that tonight on episode 123 with my man, two ends. Now, since the last time we were here, Korrey, it's been quite some time. A lot has happened. We talked about one thing on that last show. Actually, it was the show before that, but it came into fruition. Your boy was right, and I believe you owe me some flowers before we get started.
The crazy thing about this, I knew this was coming, okay? I knew it. Check this out, audience. This man told me nothing about this, but for some reason, over the last 48 hours, I said, watch this man have a clip, a flashback to what he said last year. And I will give him his full credit. He was absolutely positively correct. I don't have a problem saying that I am wrong. I was wrong about Kirk Cousins being Michael Penix. You got
We're a day behind, okay? We were originally going to do this on Sunday, so I figured the Angels would be perfect to come into fruition for this subject, along with a little bit of flashback and because this subject right here, I was completely doing it for the sake of debate, and it turned into something that was positive. So it's awesome. But again, I had to find a way to bring it in here because we're going to have another similar discussion of that tonight, but in a different context. And we have 5 rounds that we're going to take this into. Before we get to that with a little bit of football, we're going to take this into a little bit professional wrestling and discuss a topic that most have been talking about here on the internet. And before we get started, our Mickey Delaney is in the house saying hi, Drew, and hi, Korrey, out here in the chat.
what's going on, McMoney? McMoney.
McMoney. So I'm talking about McMoney out here in the house. But everybody keep those comments rolling. We got a whole lot more in store for you. We're going to take this on into round 1 and see what's here on the other side of this debate. If the graphics will show StreamYard, what are you doing to us tonight?
Round 1.
Thank you, Internet, as we are back for the round 1 for episode 123, and that is Chris Jericho will return to WWE at WrestleMania 42. Korrey, with this topic at hand, and with everything involved in it, how do you feel? Are you in or are you out on this?
So before I give my answer to this, Mr. Willingham, can we see? Yeah, thank you, sir. I need you to cue up something for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna test you right now. Bishop Bullwinkle, sir.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no.
Hell to the no. I'm out. If we don't take this rubber chicken of a man out of professional wrestling, okay, this big chiclet tic-tac mixed teeth man out of wrestling, this Fozzy man who has come out with maybe 3 or 4 good songs, I'll give him that. Out of professional wrestling, time is up. We don't care about no learning tree. We don't care about no Ojo. We don't care about the pain maker. The only thing he is a trash maker right now. Chris Jericho's last run in AEW as the learning tree was absolutely positively, and we bringing it out early. Get him in here. Get him in here. Trash. Now, you could be an AEW fan. I don't have a problem with AEW, but the character of Chris Jericho is done. The allure of Chris Jericho is done. Get him out. Get him out of there. No, he should not come back to WWE at WrestleMania 42. I am the one who says he should not come back at all. It's time to hang it up, Chris. Get on your tour. Enjoy your ride. It's over with. It's done with. You're one of the greats. Don't get me wrong. Probably one of the mere underrated wrestlers of all time, or trajectory-wise, underrated. What you've done with your career is amazing, but I don't give a damn about Chris Jericho no more. Get him out of here. Get him out. I don't want to see Chris Jericho on my screen no more. I don't care when he shows up. It'll be a pop because it's Chris Jericho, right? Especially if you come back with Bring the Walls Down or whatever. It's Chris Jericho. He's going to get a pop, but he's going to trickle down fast if you bring him back to WWE. I don't see a place for him. They have too much talent. Too much talent to be trying to fit in a freaking relic called Chris Jericho. I'm done. Get him out of here.
So Korrey's up in here saying, get him on out of here. I think he brings up a lot of good points, but unfortunately, no matter which way you dice this up, you're going to take the... Because for the sake of debate, I am in. This one's a tough one because I was hoping you were gonna go the other way, but of course I was wrong as always. Sometimes when it comes to this subject right here, Chris Jericho, you think about Goldberg, you think about his send off. It absolutely sucked. Okay, and Chris Jericho doesn't want his last match to be in AEW. It seems like, because someone of his stature, he deserves maybe not a somewhat type of retirement tour like John Cena's getting this year, but he does deserve some type of send-off. And the only way that he can really truly get that is to go back to WWE. And the reason is this: it's not like he was Cody Rhodes and was a pivotal part of starting up AEW as an EVP. He was as the main attraction because at that point in 2019, Chris Jericho could still go. And especially with the wrestlers that were there that he needed to carry and help put over, he was big for the promotion to start out as an inaugural AEW World Champion. But Chris Jericho is not of World Championship stature anymore. And when he comes back to WWE, he's not necessarily going to be at that stature or be written in that way. But he does deserve to be sent off in a better way than he would have had he retired under the previous regime and ownership and creative direction. So I feel like someone like Trips and Shawn Michaels and those who are heading the creative departments for all the brands over there, not saying that they're going to put Chris Jericho in NXT, but there's a way he can help put over younger talent in a smaller capacity than being a face of AEW, yet being a big veteran presence who could turn into maybe a possible road agent part-time, because we do know he has that music career of his. However, looking back on this, Korrey Mann, you cannot say that he is a full-on relic of the past, because yet possibly you may be correct with that. But we can't fully label him with that, because that would be absolutely...
That's terrible.
If we just categorized him as completely done. Is he the short-haired Jericho on the far right? No. But is the longer-haired, with the bat, purple jacket and all, is he completely washed up and have nothing left to offer the WWE brand? Absolutely not. He can still help bring up talent. You know it, and I know it.
No. I'm not accepting this. No. This is the problem now with wrestlers. They don't know how to get out of their own way. They don't know how to get out of their own way. How old is Chris Jericho? Let's see. Hey, my friend here. 2 seconds.
Google.
Hey, Siri, how old is Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho is 54, soon to be 55. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. We have too much young, up-and-coming stars for him to be taking FaceTime, camera time away from. Somebody like a Carmelo Hayes, who has not really been on TV until the last couple of weeks, and who was a star in NXT. We got him paired with the darn Miz. It's stupid. If you want to send him back, send him to NXT. You know what, Drew? You know what? I agree with you. Send him to NXT. You know who down there waiting for him? You know who waiting for him? Oba Femi. Put him in a match with Oba. Please, please. I will sit up there with my popcorn, sir. Get me an adult beverage and laugh the entire match. Put him in a match with Oba. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please. Please. Do it for me. Do it for me.
That was great. But yes, Oba Femi would destroy him and eat him for breakfast. That's why I said not necessarily NXT. But you might have a good point. If we're going to feed him to Oba Femi like wrestlers back in 2002 who faced Brock Lesnar, okay? That's what it would feel like if we were doing that to him today.
I mean, unpopular opinion, I don't even want Brock back. if I'm being honest with you, I don't even want Brock back. I want him to move on. He's still an attraction. Don't get me wrong. Now, okay, Mick. All right, we starting up early. Last time we did this, Mick said something slick too the last time. I remember this. Mick, sir. Okay. All right. This is your one get out of jail free card. This is your one. As you can see, I am pretty turned up tonight, sir. And you see it, you hear it. Open your ears. Get that wax out. Take the time bomb over here. All right? All right.
Come on now, Mick. You know it, and we both know it. We're just having a little bit of fun with this topic right here.
Absolutely.
Chris Jericho, we both disagree on this right here. What will happen between now and WrestleMania 42? Stay tuned, because it looks like it may or may not be interesting, according to the way I put it, the way you put it. We have discrepancies there, but that's what makes this show special, because we can't agree on everything. If we did, this show would absolutely suck, and we cannot allow that to happen. So with that being said, we're going to take this into round 2 and try to keep it out of the gutter.
Round 2.
And here with round 2, just as we alluded to earlier in the program, quarterback Michael Penix Jr. will underperform in 2025 for the Falcons. Kirk Cousins leads the team to the playoffs. Korrey, how do you feel about this one, considering what you said last year and how we're delivering this year? Are you in or are you out on this one?
Just look at my face. Just look at it. I wish I had the option to zoom in. I need to upgrade my technology so you can zoom in on my face right now. Oh. You know daggone well I'm out on this. Kirk Cousins. I gave Kirk Cousins a get out of jail free card last year. And what did he pay me back with, Drew? Huh? What did he pay me back with? It's almost been a year to the day, almost, when you and I was on here last to talk about this here topic. And I gave Kirk Cousins, no Kirko chains, dirt coat chains, trash cokehead chains. I gave him a get out of jail free card. I was like, no, let Penix sit. You know, it'll be good for him. Kirk can handle it. He's coming off an Achilles, and he's going to be awesome. And we're going to make it to the playoffs. He had one game throwing over 500 passing yards, 504, the most in Falcons history, with 3 TDs to lead us to an overtime victory against the Buccaneers. And that is all he did all year long. You really think I'm a fall for this low-hanging fruit, Mr. Willingham? No, sir. No, you will not get me twice. You got me once, but you will not get me twice. I am completely out. Michael Penix with a full year under his belt. I'm not going to lie to you. His QBR at 57 is not going to make it. All right. He's got to get that up. His passer rating, being in the 50 percentile, it's not going to work. He's got to get that up to 65, 70% for us to have a chance. All right. We have great weapons. We did lose our right tackle basically for the year. So that's going to be a problem for us because he's left-handed, which means the right is his blind side. So we did address it to an extent, but I still feel like we might need to make some sort of move. But maybe we can't make a move because we wasted a 3rd-round pick on Matthew Judon last year. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But we need to do something to protect our young quarterback. Michael Penix has a history of knee injuries, and we do not want him getting hurt. He needs to stand up. When he played in those 3 games last year, he was not perfect, but he showed up. More zip on the ball. Timing. I mean, Kyle Pitts looked like in the 2nd, 3rd, whatever his overall pick, 8th overall pick, or wherever he was in the draft, top 10 pick. He looked like a top 10 pick with Penix on the field. So I'm going to be completely out. Sit Kirko chains. Don't have him hurt, so we be liable for any more money. Let him get through this year and get his sorry self on off our team. Get this snowflake, watch Total Football Talk, off of our team so we can get our bread. We missed out on the Michael Parsons sweepstakes because we had no money. So, with that being said, no, I think Michael Penix is going to show up this year. I think with the year under his belt in this offense, him taking full control, first team reps through the offseason, that he is going to show up. I expect him to lead us to the top of the NFC South. Bump them Buccaneers.
You came out guns blazing, bringing the energy to the point to where by the end of this, somebody's going to be looking at this video saying this to one of them.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Because we are going to disagree for the second time in a row as I'm in. It is time that I take the low-hanging fruit on this one, Korrey Mann. Because, yes, I served this up in a completely 180 spin a little over a year ago. And we had what we had as, to me, a legendary debate because I was right and you were wrong, which doesn't happen that often. A lot of times the guest is correct and I am wrong, especially when I'm doing it for the sake of debate. But when it comes to Kirk Two Chainz Cousins, the legend at quarterback, featured in the Netflix documentary series Quarterback Season 1. Go back and watch it. And especially when you look at his story and Marcus Mariota's story over there in Atlanta. They have nothing in common, except for they were on the show Quarterback. The one thing that they will have in common is one of them will have a comeback story and the other one may not, which doesn't even equal to being anything in common. I just felt like saying it for the sake of debate. Right here and now, sometimes you got to have a sophomore slump to realize what it's like to play at a good level. And this level right here is not meant for Michael Penix to take and run with this season. Because you got to get dividends out of that contract. And you're not going to get them when he's standing on the sidelines. And you didn't even trade him. And you got nothing in return. Just like you said you didn't have anything for the Michael Parsons sweepstakes because you're giving it all to a quarterback who's keeping the bench warm. He's keeping the bench warm, and I'm going to bring you back up on the screen as talk about it. And I get hype right now as you notice that graphic is the exact same graphic we had last year. I just edited it with today's topic, and it saved me quite a bit of time in the editing process. But the beautiful thing about it is that Kirk Two Chainz Cousins still has that same look in his eye, the look they got to put on the bench to begin with. And it's time that we take that look and we do a 180 and we get him off the bench. We get him off of the bench right now. It's time to send it to the moon and send him back to the starting quarterback position where he doesn't belong, but he'll go there and he'll lead you to the playoffs and prove to you that you may be incorrect that he doesn't belong. And I may be incorrect, but I like yelling about this because it's two Kirk Chainz Cousins, and I said it wrong again, and I'm going to say it wrong again at some point again. But the point is, there is no point because he's going to go in there and he's going to lead you to the playoffs at a 9-8 record.
You know, Drew, I got another prop, okay, when it comes to this Kirk Cousins conversation. I'm going to let you all out there in the comments put the word in the chat. This is how I feel about this comment. This is how I feel about this take, Drew. I'm not backing down from this, okay? You already got me a year ago. I'm not doing this again. I'm not. Okay? Kirk, sit him on the bench. I don't care if he turns into a skeleton. I don't care if he turns into the bench himself. He can play another game for the Atlanta Falcons. No. Sit him down. Get him up out of there. No. We don't want to be left with any money from this bad contract. None. None.
Denied.
Get him. Okay. Okay. Get B-Rad off our team. Okay. He gotta go.
If you do that, you may unlock this to success. If you just get him off of there, because he's taking too much money. But while you have him there, you might as well get some dividends paid and just let him throw a couple passes. Let him throw a couple passes, especially whenever you face Washington.
Sir, I don't want him breathing on a football. Okay. Okay. I don't want him breathing on it. Okay. As a matter of fact, we're not reincarnating anything as far as Kirk goes. Kirk is done. Kirk is out of there. Gulags. Shadow Realm. Get him out of here. Okay. Out. Him and Chris Jericho can go out hand in hand. Get him out.
Possibly. We'll see what happens. You let us know here in the comments what you're thinking, because you've got Mick out here saying he's just having fun with you. You're going back with the laughing emojis, because that's what we have to do with this topic right here. All we can do is laugh, because if I put last year's topic and this one together, it's a completely 180 spin on both of our takes.
It's an absolute spin.
That does not happen all the time in sports. People cannot adapt like we can and debate in different lights, because you can't agree with everything. And sometimes you just have to say what others are afraid to say. Right here on this debate show. We've gone through 2 rounds of shenanigans right here on this show, to the point to where it might have this to you. But you know what I got to say to that?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Because it's all in fun here on the In or Out Sports Debate, brought to you by
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Let's take this on into round 3.
Round 3.
And here with round 3, Stephanie Vaquer deserves to be the next WWE Women's World Champion. Looking at this topic there, Korrey, there's been a lot of people supporting of this and a lot of people who aren't. What do you have to say for your feelings on this topic?
Before I give my answer, I have to pay homage to the man who helped make Stephanie Vaquer get over in the WWE. I would drop my hair down and shake it, but it's too much work. So I'm going to do this. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you, Drew. I appreciate you, Drew. Yeah. Just like that devil's kiss deserved to get over online, Stephanie Vaquer deserves to be the next Women's World Champion. I believe the Women's World Championship has gone through a pretty decent lineage so far since it has been introduced. What, about a year or so ago, a couple years ago and whatnot. And I feel as if at this moment in time, because Naomi, shout out to Naomi, hopefully, you know, she has a safe pregnancy and has a baby safely and all that great stuff. I'm sad to see her go though, because she was cooking. But when it comes to Stephanie Vaquer, she helps out WWE in the international realm. If you just watch Clash in Paris on yesterday, that international crowd is crazy.
Yes. You are muted.
Darn it. They are drunk and they are nuts. See, this is what happens when you have a touch thingy. But Stephanie Vaquer can help WWE elevate on the international scene. Not saying that they need any more help, but any help that they can get would be great, especially with them acquiring AAA and them crossing over into more of the Spanish, the Lucha Libre aspect of wrestling. This can only look great for WWE. Storyline wise, it makes sense because her opponent, Io Sky, who has been having issues with her former teammate, Asuka, we can see Asuka kind of playing a role in screwing Io Sky out of winning that Women's World Championship. It makes no sense to put it back on her. Put it onto someone that is credible and with potential. Stephanie Vaquer is a vet in this game. She's new to WWE, but she's a vet. And I think that she can carry that world championship to new heights if giving the right storylines and the right situations. That has been my gripe. If you've checked out the grind, that has been my gripe with some of these championships that they've introduced recently in the last year and a half, is that they have not taken it seriously to make the prestige go up and put it into storylines that make sense. As much as we talk about Becky Hogan is uplifting that Intercontinental Championship. That's just a fact. That is a fact. And that is what needs to happen with this Women's World Championship. We don't need Liv Morgan coming back challenging for it right away. We don't need Rhea stepping back into it, even though she's going to be in the mix anyway because she's the most over wrestler, women's wrestler that they have. Okay? Io Sky, get her in there, get her out, get her into another storyline. We need to be protective of Stephanie Vaquer and not have the actual fans go over, or turn their back on her. So I definitely think that this is a great idea, Drew. If you're going to put it on anybody, put on someone with potential, someone that's already over with the fans, and can make sure that she can keep things captivating. She can go in the ring. She's working on her English. I'm looking to see what they are going to do with her. Clearly, they got some plans. Clearly. So I am in on this subject. Stephanie Vaquer definitely should be the next Women's World Champion.
You bring up a lot of great points with this. You really do. And even though we can't agree on everything, we can't disagree on everything either. So for that sake, I'm going to go in as well. A lot of great points you brought up in that. And one of them I am kind of leery on, and that is the fact of Beck Hogan. Okay, the Beckster. Because of what we saw yesterday at Clash in Paris, with her helping her wife over and getting that championship back on his waist and not losing it. Because the man came to save the day. And what are they going to do to help uplift that story even more? The World Heavyweight Champion and the Women's Intercontinental Champion? I don't believe that's going to be the long-term story here, even though I do see her now heavily involved with this, depending on what's going on tonight on WWE Raw, because I'm personally not going to be able to watch it until this show is over, and then I'll go on Netflix, and that's the beautiful thing about Netflix. Now you can go back, watch it whenever the rest of the night, and check it out. But I have a feeling that because of last night, they're going to find a way to put that title on Beck Hogan at some point in the next month or so. And it could be during the next match for the Open Challenge, or however they put it, or tournament, or whatever they want to do to get this done for the championship belt. Because even though Stephanie Vaquer was told recently by the general manager, I'm not even going to say his name because he pissed me off. But what I am going to say is that she was told that she was next in line for that match because of her number one contendership. Beck Hogan then becomes a fixture in her wife's match last night to get the championship back on his waist because he wasn't supposed to lose it to begin with, because it'll hurt the Vision story if he loses it. Stephanie Vaquer, like you said, pretty much deserves to keep the stock rising for herself in this company. And at this point, they set her up beautifully for a championship opportunity that we're kind of just left out here dwindling in the wind waiting for, because of Naomi having to step down, because yes, she's having a baby, which is still great news. And, nothing against her. But you spend this time building up Stephanie Vaquer with NXT, you bring her on over. Maybe she should have been the one to beat Lyra for the Intercontinental Championship, and then, or beat Beck Hogan for it. Then Beck Hogan comes into last night, helps her wife out, and then is in this opportunity to take the World Heavyweight Championship. And you have that storyline, and you still work Stephanie Vaquer in there by the end of the year and make her a double champion on Raw like you did in NXT. But no, you dropped the ball because you don't do everything perfectly. And now we're stuck here, sitting off to the side, wondering who gets this championship opportunity. Is it Beck Hogan with the stranglehold on women's wrestling? Or is it the up-and-comer in WWE, even though she's been big on the indies before now and is in her early 30s and is now finally getting pushed on a big-time platform like WWE? I still agree with you that she deserves to be the women's world heavyweight champion. But I don't know how that happens after what we saw yesterday, because I got a feeling they're going to find a way to make sure husband and wife, husband Becky Lynch and wife Seth Rollins have the world championships together as the Vision story plays out. And that's my take on this one.
So, Drew, I have not had a chance to watch the show, but I did catch some highlights. So for those of you who like to watch Monday Night Raw without spoilers, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to exit for about 2 or 3 minutes. This conversation may expand. 3, 2, 1. So there was a promo. There was a promo with CM Punk because he's hunting Seth, of course. We all saw what Beck Hogan did to CM Punk. He comes out there, right? And here's the thing. I'm not going to go through all the nuances. CM Punk basically said that Seth is going to regret putting his hands on him because he's a paper champion. And before he went out the ring, he told Becky, "You are going to regret putting your hands on me." What do you think that means, Mr. Willingham?
AJ Lee is coming back to the WWE.
Let's light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it tonight. Come on. If not now, when? When? This is the moment. And I think they're trying to use Rhea as a background because you'll see CM Punk talking to Rhea as a backup plan. But WWE, throw the bag to AJ Lee, even if it's for one match. Throw the bag. Okay? Do that for me. Now, as it becomes to the Women's World Championship, they've decided that it will be Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer at WrestlePalooza.
The dumbest name of all time!
WrestlePalooza. That is the best we could do, paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars to make decisions. We come up with the name, the first PLE on ESPN, WrestlePalooza.
You might as well show up with Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. That's what it sounds like, the type of event you're going to.
So
Jeez.
it is going to be Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, which was back to the point that I made that title is going to walk away with Stephanie Vaquer because I think Asuka is going to get involved because Io Sky and Asuka has been at odds lately. So I think Vaquer definitely is going to walk out of Palooza with it. The thing with Becky is that I need her to stay with the Intercontinental Championship. I have said this. I am on record, and I'm going to go on record here on the great In or Out Sports Debate, brought to you by our good friends here at
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Where the struggle is real to be awesome each and every single day. I need you to be here. Great work, Drew. But I need Becky to stay with that Intercontinental Championship. The problem I'm starting to see with the U.S. title, the women's U.S. title too, is that there is no prestige for those titles. You just introduce them. You need someone with some lineage, someone with some star power, and they need to hold it for a while. So I think this works out perfect for her if she's going to go into the Vision and actually be a part of the Vision with Seth, which that I don't have a problem with neither. She can stay in that realm, help elevate some people other than Nikki Bella's sorry self. Okay? I'm not going to get on Nikki, all right? But I think Becky's in the right place. I like the direction. I just want to see what it's going to lead to.
It's going to be interesting to see that. I mean, there were some technical moves that were thrown within their match yesterday that, only someone like Becky can pull off right now in that division, especially with the way she scored the pin against Nikki Bella. So I definitely agree with you there. I just have a feeling that Beck Hogan is going to ruin everything. She's going to ruin everything because she needs the top gold right there with her wife, Seth Rollins. Okay. Because she's the man. How else do you expect it?
I mean, Drew, there's always something else we could do if she does do this. We could crash out and mask up to go handle some business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beck Hogan, you want some smoke? You want some smoke? Let's not screw this up, okay? I don't have a problem with you, Becky. I really don't. I don't. As long as you're elevating others, then we won't have a problem. But if you're not, if you're going to bury everybody, then we might have an issue.
And this
Let me talk to you.
was brought to you by Korrey Mann.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
Because that's what you're going to need. If you're Stephanie Vaquer going into WrestlePalooza and you're going to win the championship. Because, yes, you might as well have a bunch of smoke and beer bongs in the crowd as you're there at this event, WrestlePalooza. But you know what? What does it say for if she goes in there and beats Io Sky? What does it say to mommy, Rhea Ripley? If you can't beat this individual, but Stephanie can, who's the more dominant female of the division between the two with their similar styles in some ways? Even though I wish we could call Stephanie's move the Hershey's Kiss, because that's what I feel like I'm seeing in action because it's so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Followed by,
Oh, my brother, testify.
I mean, is any of this a total
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, man, like you bring up a great valid point though with that comparison between Vaquer and Rhea Ripley. What is Rhea Ripley going to look at it like? I don't think they have beef right now, but could jealousy play a factor? I mean, it's up to mommy, and I don't want to be a transitional thing though, Drew. That's the only thing I want, right? They're not doing anything with Julia in this U.S. championship right now, which is really irritating my soul. She doesn't need no Kiana James to be her representative. Just like, yo, why we can't have a U.S. Open challenge for the women? And she just go out there and dog people out to build her up as a character. You got plenty of trash stars. Oh, I shouldn't say trash stars. That wasn't very inclusive.
Trash?
That wasn't very nice of me. Let me fix that. You have a lot of jobbers there that you can utilize to help build Julia and to getting her into an actual storyline for that U.S. championship. We haven't seen on the PLE yet. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Not much at all.
Bro, I don't understand it, man. It's like we just keep on doing stuff just to be doing it. It's like, yeah, the fans want this, but then we don't have any plans. Oh, well, F it. We ball. Let's do it anyway. Like, I don't understand it, man. This stuff with no direction. I'm going to tell you this right now. Y'all going to circle the wagons back to WrestleMania next year. Cool. You left your spinning night bag in Las Vegas. Okay? That's cool. No problem. No problem. But I'm telling you now, if you come with the same bull job you did this year for WrestleMania, besides what, maybe one match that was absolutely phenomenal, which was that triple threat for the women's world title. Phenomenal. If you come with that bull job this year, you're going to have a problem on your hands, WWE. Take it from me. You're going to have a problem.
want to hear a fucking story?
The story is this. I agree with everything you just said. That's pretty much it. Because we have driven this one in like a fine nail into a solid 2x4. Because this subject deserves to be discussed a whole lot more. Because I'm afraid they're going to drop the ball on this one. Oh, yeah. Because, yes, they're making some improvements with their secondary titles, as you can call them. Because look at what Sammy did last Friday against, Solo Sikoa. Mm-hmm. Is that going to be a run? A run that could last for a good amount of time to where that title can get elevated. Because it's been a while since we've had somebody of great stature hold the U.S. Championship for both the men's and women's. Mm-hmm. The women's hasn't been around that long, just like the Intercontinental Championship. And between the two titles, between the two brands, an Intercontinental Championship and the U.S. Championship, right now, the best person and the best run that it's on is with Becky Lynch. So it is, as long as they don't screw up these storylines and give the right person the right championship, including this one with Stephanie, then they will do right by not only the company, but by the fans who watch this on a regular basis.
I agree 1,000%. I will say this, throw this in here before you move on. They should have never moved Bayley off SmackDown. They should have had her carry that U.S. Championship to help establish them younger stars. That's all I'm going to say.
And that even sparks another question. What in the expletive is going on with that storyline? Because she's losing her mind, kind of like the Fiend. Is she going to come out there with a mask like we had to start the show out here soon? Because she is confused.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there's a lot of questions circling around some talent. Just do not have her fall off the wagon like a Braun Strowman out there, okay? So, with that being said, we've gone through 3 ridiculous rounds here on the episode 123 of the Out Sports Debate. We're going to take this into our one and only commercial break, but when we come back, probably the most ridiculous topic of them all follows that commercial break, and we'll bring the fire here in about 2.5 minutes.
Hey, what's good, everybody? This is your boy Korrey, host of The Grind, where we talk about all things WWE. You can catch The Grind every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on SIRTOBA Media. If you're not following SIRTOBA Media, then what are you doing? Like, share, subscribe. There are many different things that we have available on SIRTOBA Media for your viewing pleasure. And what else you got to do on a Saturday afternoon? Come spend some time with me. Come spend some time with my colleagues on this platform. Help us be able to bring everything that you all want to see. Matter of fact, you know what? If you ain't did it yet, I got something for you. Stay true to what you do. Stay true to why you do. And always stay true to you.
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look. Hey, stop playing games. Y'all already know. Go ahead and toss him some Willie Bucks. Ain't nobody playing around. Hey, $ DWillie87. Go ahead, hit him up on the Cash App, and go ahead and give him some Willie Bucks. Look at Drew looking stoic, ladies and gentlemen. Stoic on that $10 bill. So go ahead, slide my man over some Willie Bucks, and we good. That's all I'm saying. We good. How about some Willie Bucks?
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Do you like talking sports? Do you like entertainment? Do you like the occasional series of heated discussions?
Are you in and out, Drew?
With that said,
Drew, I'm hearing a bunch of stuff in your mind. I know you know this team very well. Are you in and out, my friend?
Then you must see this. Drew Willingham versus random panelists. Who wins? You decide. on the In or Out Sports Debate. Live. Whenever the we feel like it. Eastern Standard Time. Exclusively on SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Welcome back to the In or Out Sports Debate, episode 123, as we are live on
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Myself and the man with two N's, Korrey Mann, back here. We got two more subjects. We're not going to wear a mask anymore on the program, but we are going to bring the fire. We're going to start it on out here with round 4.
Round 4.
And here with round 4, LeBron James, Yo King, will not be on the LA Lakers roster for Game 1 of the 2025-2026 NBA season. Korrey, with all this at hand, how do you feel about this one? Are you in or are you out on this?
LeBron James will be on the Lakers to start this season. Now, will he be on it to completely, end the season? I don't think so. They're going to keep him around. You got to think about it. The Lakers are similar, okay, to the Cowboys, okay, in the fact of showmanship, okay. They're similar in that regard. The Lakers aren't stupid, though. Cowboys, I'm sorry. Y'all are trash. Garbage. Stupid. Okay? Whole Michael Parsons thing. Stupid. Nothing they didn't know. Get in now. But anyways, so as far as the Lakers go, let me get back on topic here. I think they'll keep LeBron around because LeBron is a savant of basketball. His mind has help elevate that team, and I think he still has something to give to that team. But make no doubt about it. Have no doubts, have no second thoughts about this. This is Luka's basketball team now. They did not purposely go and get Luka for no reason. Okay? Luka is there, and it's his squad. He is the future, and they're going to build around him. I do believe at some point during the season, though, that LeBron may be looking at different options, especially if Bronny is going to spend the majority of his time in the G League. The Lakers, how much assets do they have to move around? They've moved a lot of multiple draft picks, just like every other team LeBron has been on just about, except for Miami Heat. That's the one thing I'm proud of you of, Pat Riley, is that he would not budge to make LeBron, happy. As far as the other teams go, they did whatever LeBron wanted to make sure that he got what he wanted. And the Lakers is just too strict. Like, I think they're preparing for the future. They know he's on the last couple of years of his deal. I think they'll keep him around, Drew, to get his, his thoughts, his marketability, what he's able to bring to the game. He's good to keep. They got to keep butts and seats. Is Luka alone enough? I don't know right now. As he's reinvented himself over the offseason. So you got to have somebody there to put some butts in the seats. And, I mean, people going to come see LeBron because LeBron is coming on towards the twilight of his career. So I am completely out on this for now. This is for now. This is not to say they won't explore anything. And then let's be real. What would they get for him anyway? What is he, 42, 43, going on 43, something like that? What would they get for LeBron anyway? What is his value? What is his true worth in today's NBA? Is it worth mortgaging the farm to get him on your team? Hope he doesn't get hurt, right? And sacrifice your future for 6 months to a year. I don't know if that's something that I'm willing to do. I'll leave the Yo Kang for you, sir. He's not my Kang, okay? Never was my king, never will be my king. He can go out of here. He done. But I think he'll be on the roster to start the season.
For the sake of debate
Oh, damn it.
and much more, I am in. Korrey, man, you come up in here and you speak complete sense on the In or Out Sports Debate, episode 123. And sometimes it is my job to speak absolute nonsense. And that's what I'm going to do right here and now with this.
You guys want to hear a fucking story?
Story is this. He's 40 years old. He'll be 41 in December. But he can't even do this enough.
But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about?
You can't do enough of practice to bring yourself to the level of where you were before. And it's time to go bye-bye.
Say what again? Say what again?
It's time to go somewhere else, LeBron James. You know it, and I know it.
Acknowledge me.
Because your time in Los Angeles is coming to a close.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
You know it, and I know it. Nelson, you can laugh all you want to. And others, you can laugh all you want to who are Los Angeles Lakers fans. But that just means
You can't handle the truth.
because the Lakers are at the point with bringing in Luka last year and making some other moves that they realize that they need this.
Stop it. Get some help.
They need to get their expletive together. And you fill in the blank for what you think expletive is. We're trying to be a family-friendly program on here and not say the S word. You don't have to guess anymore. I just told you what the letter starts with. You know exactly which expletive that means. So right here, with this topic, in LeBron James.
What?
I said LeBron James.
What?
LeBron
What?
James. He needs to go bye-bye. And he need to make it happen real fast because we're like, 6 weeks away from the start of the NBA regular season? The start of a season that'll be another dumpster fire for the Lakers if they do not trade LeBron. But the question is, what can they get in return? Because he is 40 years old, will turn 41 in December. It's not like you're going to be able to get multiple first-round draft picks like Jerry Jones over there in Dallas, who got 2 first-round picks, which were stupid because they're going to be like, pick 20 or higher? Because the team you traded him to is an actual good team in Green Bay. But the team LeBron's going to get traded to is going to be another contender as well. So it's not like you can get multiple first-round picks that are going to be worth anything. Because when you look at it the way what happened last year, maybe the NBA rigged it with a few extra ping pong balls than they should have had for Dallas, who made the playoffs to get such a high pick in 2025. You throw a couple extra ping pong balls in there, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to give an expletive, and that expletive starts with an F. So go ahead and fill in that blank for that too. Okay? Nobody gives an expletive because LeBron is a crybaby. He cries way too much. And especially when he doesn't get his way. That word is family-friendly appropriate. You know it, and I know it. And somebody else said it, not me, so don't get mad at me for clicking the button. Right here for LeBron James. He needs to get out of there. He's talking way too much, and especially with trying to use his wife as a scapegoat to retire in the near future.
Would you please shut the hell up?
That's how I feel when I hear him talking about that. Right here, LeBron James is going to be traded before game 1 because they're tired of hearing him talk. And it's not a total
Surprise, motherfucker.
And I say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What incentive does any team have to trade for the bald-headed wonder? Help me. Okay.
Sell more tickets.
The bald-headed fraud club. LeBron James is in it with good old Hunter
and good old Dwayne. He's in it. Okay. What incentive? He's on a 1-year deal, isn't he? He basically opted in to what he has left. What incentive do I have to trade for this man? I don't want to give up a first or a second. I want to give up a pick that's not even available. That'll never be available. Matter of fact, can I trade my custodian for LeBron? Because that's where we're at this point. Okay? No disrespect to custodians. All right? Maybe a mascot. We give up the Lakers mascot for LeBron. I mean, even the mascot might be worth more now, basketball-wise, than LeBron is going to be on the court in a trade. You know what? You say he needs to go? I remember this great show at one point called The Walking Dead. I watched it at its peak. Okay? And there are two things that come to my mind, Mr. Willingham, that should happen to LeBron James. Number one, the episode when Negan was introduced. Okay? Just line them up and just go ahead and let Lucille bash him into next week. I don't really mean that. We're a family-friendly show. Okay? Just figure it. Okay. I don't want nobody to go around saying, Korrey said. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Or he can do something early off in the early seasons when Carol had to do that sad thing to the child that got bit, or the one that was losing her mind. And she told her, look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. Look at the sky. That's his NBA career. Okay? His NBA career needs to look at the flowers. It's done, washed up. Get out of there, LeBron. While you still can walk. Go ahead. We're done. Get him out.
So LeBron pretty much needs to...
You should know your role and shut your mouth.
And just move on. Retire. Go away. That's what you want. Get out. That's what you want. Peace. Sayonara. Get the out of here. Because you are not going to lead us to...
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
And if you think you are, you should do something that your kid did on Instagram and stop doing.
Stay off the weed.
You remember what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember.
Say what again? Say what again?
You know it, LeBron. Hang it on up. It's time. Because haters like myself are tired. We're tired. We are tired of seeing the drama unfold in Lakerland. With that being said, we still have one more topic left at hand. We got to take this back into professional wrestling with the final round.
Final round.
John Cena's last match should be against AJ Styles. Korrey, with this one topic at hand for our final round tonight, how do you feel? Are you in or are you out on this one?
Mr. Willingham, this is hard, but I'm out. John Cena's final match needs to be one of theatrics. It needs to be one that sets the actual, just puts the final nail in the coffin on his career. It needs to be box office. It needs to not be a regular thing. There's two ways I see his career ending. Number one, why not have the greatest box office attraction, the wrestler who I have seen, the only wrestler I have ever seen make such a dramatic change in their entire career, end his career, the one that helped land this Netflix deal, the one who helped navigate WWE through the COVID era, through being the one who uplifted an entire family at one time, including an honorary family member. Okay, you doggone Skippy. I am talking about our tribal chief, the OTC, the one, Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
You need to acknowledge him right now. Okay? Acknowledge him. Box office, Roman Reigns, John Cena, one final time. And this is one of those moments where Roman Reigns can take a loss and it does not hurt him. It doesn't hurt him. He's in the title picture, just really not in it, but he will be when he returns from shooting Street Fighter. He's not in the hospital, y'all. He's shooting Street Fighter with Cody Rhodes. Shout out to Cody Rhodes and Brandy for having a baby recently out of the blue. Crazy. But I think he's either Roman Reigns or it needs to be an up and coming star. Hear what I say this, an up and coming star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody who needs the rub. Just like, for instance, the match he had with Logan Paul on Clash in Paris was actually pretty good. It was not bad at all. And he paid homage to a lot of superstars that he's ultimately not going to be able to wrestle during this retirement tour. I hope he's able to get a one-on-one with AJ Styles, but he did the Styles Clash. That makes me think they're not. Who knows? Who knows? But John Cena gave Logan Paul the rub by how they carried that match and how he put Logan over. I think the same thing can be done for an up-and-coming star. I mentioned this person's name earlier, and I feel like if WWE plays their cards right, he could be a dog. And I mean freaking Oba Femi. Oba is going to be a monster once he gets to the main roster. An absolute monster that nobody is going to be able to figure out. Nobody's going to stop. And can you see him just saying, you know what? You're going out on top. I'm coming in and I want to be on top. And I'm going to go ahead and finish you off right here. I can see it. Oh, Yella in the pastures. Put him down. Put him out of his misery. Take him behind the woodshed, Oba. I can see it. But Mr. Willingham, I think this can only end up in two ways at this point. I would love to see Edge, but we know that's not going to happen. I can only see it being as box office as possible. So I can see either Roman or I can see an up and coming star getting that rub and he goes out on his back. So no, it won't be Mr. Styles, unfortunately.
John Cena. You bring up some really great points with this one, you know, especially with the Styles Clash in the yesterday's matchup that he used on Logan Paul. And you bring up a really great point with the box office attraction because you think about Roman Reigns could possibly, character-wise, be getting upset that John Cena has paraded around all year as the greatest of all time because he won a 17th championship. And that could be a way they could play in on an angle for that final match. So I'm going to agree and disagree at the same time I'm going to agree with the statement that John Cena's last match will not be against AJ Styles, and I will be out. Great point that Korrey brought up with the fact that he used the Styles Clash. I'll say it again, and that does lead me to think, especially since I wrote this topic before yesterday's matches even happened, that now that we've seen that, the speculation around the fact that could be his last match, that should be all and over now. So I'm going to agree with Korrey on that. As far as for who he has the last match against, I don't agree that it's going to be against Oba Femi because you only have 8 more dates left to build up multiple matches. And he used a way to get match win number 99 of PLEs. So he's going to reach 100. He's got 8 opportunities, even though not all 8 opportunities are going to be actual matches. There's going to be some promotions for matches. I see the possibility of John having up to 3 matches. I doubt he'll have 4 because then with 8 more appearances, that means we only get 1 appearance and then 1 match per month unless they have same night appearance matches like on a SmackDown or Raw or something like that. And I don't think you're going to have one-off appearances in a month, and then at some point in that month have that lead up to a match and he has 4 matches left. I don't think that happens. I think he only gets 2, maybe 3 matches. I see one of them being a Survivor Series and then whatever the December pay-per-view is, because he's gonna have his last match in December. That's already been announced. Please don't have a match at WrestlePalooza. Okay, please. Just don't. It's a stupid name. It's not even worth being on ESPN. Let it go. Don't even dream about it. Just keep filming your movie and stay away from WrestlePalooza. It's going to hurt your story more than when you were Jonathan Cena earlier in the year and leading up to this, because this picture says it all. You've got what we see now because we can see him, and you've got what we also could see in Jonathan Cena, spelled the way it is because he put the extra into it and not enough. You might as well have been the doctor of thugonomics, because who is this guy, Jonathan Cena, who looks like he just soiled his pants? That's what we saw with Jonathan Cena. Now, a dude wipe fresh John Cena is back, because he is no longer running around with soil between himself. He is ready to rock and roll, as we saw against Logan Paul yesterday. We will not see that match with AJ Styles, unfortunately. But I also don't think he's going to show up as Jonathan Cena again in these 8 appearances. It's not going to happen with Oba Femi either, even though you bring up some great points, Korrey. But Jonathan Cena wasted our time this year. And John Cena, now that he has cleansed himself and brought him back to the basics, no longer Jonathan Cena, but a man who is cleansed and ready to rock and roll. What he's going to do is he's going to show up these next 8 dates as the guy on the left and not the guy on the right. And he's going to have some more great matches. He's going to reach number 100. I agree and disagree with this statement, because I can see the final match being that box office attraction with Roman Reigns. However, what they started at SummerSlam, they're going to have to end at some point. They cannot just leave everyone hanging on a cliffhanger. And I think the most important way for you to send John Cena home, especially if you're going to have a big match and someone like Brock Lesnar would fit that mold because of what he did with Roman at that SummerSlam and what he did with Cody at SummerSlam. We built a great story with Roman to help build him over as what he is. Roman Reigns would not have been able to build the character of what he is today without that feud with Brock Lesnar, because Paul Heyman was just as important to that storyline as the two of them were. And here today, John Cena and Brock Lesnar, none of them would be what they are had it not been for their careers intertwining. Let's bring up Jonathan Cena and Korrey Mann on this screen right now as I talk about this. You bring up some great points with Oba Femi, some great points with Roman Reigns, which I can see that happen if the Brock Lesnar thing falls through. But they can't just throw it together for a random WrestlePalooza or for Survivor Series at this point, because of how many dates you have left. To me, it makes the most sense for John Cena to face Brock Lesnar for that final match in December.
Brock can kick rocks. I don't care about Brock. I don't. Like, he's done what he needed to do. I'm sick of this guy. He needs to move the blank, on. He's got to go. I'm tired of this whole Brock situation. But doesn't Jonathan Cena on the right just look like the male version of a Karen? Doesn't he? I mean, what kind of name we can give him? Kendrick? He's a Kendrick. You know, maybe a Nathaniel. I mean, who knows?
Jonathan Cena for John and Karen. Jonathan.
I mean, you know, it's just ridiculous. He just looks like somebody just pissed in his cornflakes. I mean, just he's just having a bad day, man. He's just having a bad day. But I definitely can see how it will make sense, and we would need some sort of finish off with Brock. But he's had a very important rivalry with Roman Reigns over the years as well. And they have to address that at some point. And I think the angle that you put out there is absolutely the way they should go. Roman, what is it, over 1,366 days or something like that as undisputed champion, claiming that he is the greatest of all time. And John Cena actually getting announced as the greatest of all time. The never seen 17, gracing your presence in such and such for the final time, right? Like, it makes a ton of sense. Let's figure out who the real GOAT is in the last match. And you please don't overbook it by saying one needs to be face and one needs to be heel. Who cares? Let it go, right? It could be for bragging rights when they finally have a match full of respect. Okay? Full of respect. He does look like a male Karen, though. He does. John-rin.
And I edited the graphic in real time.
Hey, yo, I just noticed that. I just noticed you updated that. I am done.
I like John-rin better than Jonathan Cena.
John-rin is amazing. It is amazing. I mean,
oh man, I'm crying. I'm tired. I'm crying.
But John Cena, man, like, he needs a box office attraction. Whether if it's not Brock, it's got to be Roman to finish his career off. I really don't want to see the whole Brock thing again. Like, I'm okay with it. I'm cool with it. Like, let it be what it is. We were just going to replay him going to Suplex City. Like, I don't want to do that at his age. He don't need to be going through that again.
I just thought about another person who really could use the rub in the right way, who John screwed over his brother. What if the final match was against Uncle Howdy and he actually put Howdy over? And that could springboard Howdy into the World Heavyweight Championship discussion.
Drew, I'm not even going to walk down that road because we know it's no chance in hell that's going to happen. I mean, damn it. I would love it. I would so love it because it just serves as retribution to what he did to Wyndham Rotunda at WrestleMania. Okay. Not the last one with the Firefly Funhouse match. That's not enough revenge for me. But someone like an Uncle Howdy, it would benefit him so much. Did y'all, by the way, did you hear them singing Shatter? Holy crap. If you have not seen it, dude, get on YouTube, or when you go look at Clash in Paris, when the Wyatt Six is entering to face the Street Profits, and how loud it got when the Paris crowd was singing Shatter. It sent like chills down my spine when I heard it. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, anyways,
it was the only other entrance that got about as high in volume as when Jey Uso came out for the main event.
Yes,
that's the only one that I can compare it to.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Like, it was crazy. But I think that's a great theory. And that's exactly where we'll leave it, as a theory, because we know there's no chance in hell they're thinking that far ahead to do that.
One thing's for sure. There was one thing that was born tonight on episode 123, and that was John Cena. Because John Cena running around like he just soiled himself, running out of dude wipes, can't clean himself in public. Stunk it up for several months with the "we can still see you as a Karen" Cena.
I mean, like, Karens go to Starbucks, so where would he go?
If he goes to if Karen's go to Starbucks, I can't disgrace Dunkin' Donuts. No. They didn't do anything to deserve this. Okay. It's not their fault that he's a John Cena.
Oh my God. Like, he shops in Target.
You know what, John Cena? You are a Kohl's shopper. That's who you are. You shop at Kohl's. And you don't share with anyone. You don't even share any of your candy that you buy and don't even eat. You just do it to waste so nobody else can buy that candy because you obviously aren't shoving it in like someone of my stature. Okay? John Cena.
He shops at Kohl's and his whole family has a membership to Costco.
Oh, this subject is doing this to me.
God.
Especially when the name Jonathan was born. This
is legendary stuff. This is legendary stuff.
I had to find a 12-second spot where I could just go in there and edit the graphic and export with Jonathan. Because, exactly, it was absolutely great. What do you all think here in the comments? Are we absolutely off our rocker, or do we have some great, valid points? That does it for our rounds here tonight, but we still have something important that we must acknowledge right now.
Acknowledge me.
And that is the In or Out Sports Debate Vault of Fame. And that Korrey Mann is now a 9-time Vault of Fame inductee here on the program. And with all of that being said, there's only one true thing we can do to acknowledge that. We got to acknowledge him and the others of the past with this.
Acknowledge me.
You know, I want to take this time to kind of shout you out, Drew. You have taken a concept and made it into a whirlwind of fun for a lot of people. I know for myself. Dude, I am proud of you, man. I want you to continue to do what you're doing. But the concept that you came up with, how much you put into it, how much you've changed it, how much you add to it, the work shows, man. So kudos to yourself. Round of applause for you, man. And I just wanted to say thank you for having me on again. It was a lot of fun. Look forward to the next one.
Shout out to Drew for letting me come on the show. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, didn't know what to expect coming into this, and I am super happy that I agreed to come on to this because it was a blast, well-produced show. Honestly, extremely impressed by all the effort you put into this show, Drew. Thank you for having me on, and I look forward to coming back on in the future.
Man, you took me back. This is why this show was so important, and this is why I am personally validating and vouching for this show. If you are anybody in media, sports, professional wrestling, anything, you need to be on In or Out Sports Debate with my man Drew Willingham, because this has got to be one of the most fun things I've ever done in a long time.
That's right. Korrey Mann, now 9-time Vault of Fame inductee. You can see him here right on this leaderboard as he moves up into third place, coming out of that tie with Darrell Owens, making his way one step closer to double digits here through 123 episodes. Congratulations, my man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. You know, it's only, as I say, you're the brainchild of SIRTOBA Media. And, you know, it's only through your vision that myself, Dio, everyone else that has been on the show have had the opportunity to be here. So I speak on behalf of everyone. I'm pretty sure, as they say, you know, we appreciate you and share your creation with us.
Yeah, I appreciate you all for, number one, taking the time to be here to withstand the shenanigery, for one. and to have fun throughout the rounds of topics of the show. This would not be what it is without you all who have been here before and what we have for the future. With all that being said, we got to take it into the final spot and segment for the program, and that is the final word. And here with the final word, gone through 5 rounds. We've discussed a whole lot within professional wrestling, football, and basketball tonight. Between all the things we discussed or just anything in sports or life in general, what's currently on your mind, my man?
I just want to say, I'm going to take this opportunity to shamelessly plug here. And want to thank Mr. Willingham. In 2023, I believe it was June or July of 2023, Drew reached out to me for an opportunity to be on this platform with you all. And at the time, I was not in a space to where I could give him a direct answer or make a full commitment because it wasn't just my own commitment. And, when you have someone that really believes in you, they stick by you. And he has not shunned me away. He's allowed me to come in even through my crypticness last year. And to be able to come into the fruition of what is known as the grind. So I'm going to take this opportunity because I might not be back on here before this comes up, but it's almost been 1 year of the grind. And I want to say that I've had so much fun, and none of this happens without Drew allowing me to be myself, allowing me to bring you all some heat, giving me pretty much full reins of what goes on with that show. So I want to say thank you, Drew. I appreciate you. A year, October 19th, will be 1 year of the grind, and I'm looking forward to it really moving forward and be able to invest more into it. So as always, check out the grind every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on SIRTOBA Media.
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, where the struggle is real to be awesome each and every single day. I appreciate you. And remember, getting right is never done. Stay true to what you do. Stay true to why you do. Always stay true to you.
Absolutely grateful for that, my man. This whole thing wouldn't be possible without you. So I'm glad that you have had the fun that you've had. And, a year goes by really fast. You've absolutely been crushing it, getting close to 50 episodes here on this platform and absolutely crushing it with the shorts, which there will still be some more to come out in the coming days from last week. But you've absolutely been crushing it in all efforts of that, and look forward to seeing what you do to continue to elevate that program here in the future. And where you did some plugging, I'm going to do some too, because, there's been some things that have happened over the course of the past couple weeks that have kind of changed my overall direction of where I was going to go with this show, because there's another project that has come about that I really need to focus on. And if I'm going to make the deadline that I've set for having it done by this month, and the project that I have taken on is for a former teammate of mine, which is why I'm wearing this jersey tonight. My former DC Cubs, jersey, because I've taken on this project right here, and that is Tavon Dawson from Legend on Earth to God's MVP will premiere this September. It's going to be a video that's produced by myself and SIRTOBA Media with a whole lot impacted throughout, a whole lot of stuff jam-packed throughout. It's been a very tough project to work on over the past week and a half. And there's a whole lot that I have left to do with it. And with that being said, tonight's episode of the In or Out Sports Debate will be the final one until that project is over. So it might be 3 to 4 to 5 weeks at most, but I will find a way to get this back on the platform. And it was a tough decision that I've had to make over the weekend, because with Total Football Talk now moving to a different day and having Total Football Talk Extra back, which that splits it into 2 different programs for right now until the CFL is over. There's no way I'm going to be able to do 3 podcasts in a weekend and produce a video that I've got my creative energy flowing into with the other things I need to add to that product. So in order to create this story and put this story together to tell how a fallen friend who was taken from us tragically in a car accident a couple weeks ago, a former teammate and a former great friend of many people. The only way I can do that is if I put this show on ice for a little bit. And with those other things I discussed, Total Football Talk has normally been on Fridays at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Now that's going to get moved from Friday to Sundays, and that begins this upcoming Sunday with episode 100, actually reaching the episode 100 milestone this upcoming week. Kyle Nash will be here to celebrate with me for episode 100 this Sunday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, following the Sunday night football game to recap everything from week 1 with episode 100 of Total Football Talk. This show will be on Sundays at 11:30 until the CFL season is over, and then we will move the program back to Fridays. But to keep up the discussions within the Canadian Football League and the NFL will be discussed on this show, Total Football Talk, and the CFL will be discussed on Total Football Talk Extra, which will be on Fridays. But for this week only, it's going to be on Saturday because I have something important I got to do Friday night that I cannot do that show on that day. Starting a week after, it'll move to Friday, but this week it'll be on Saturday at 5:05 p.m. Eastern time, live with the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan McCarthy, who will continue to be there for Total Football Talk Extra to discuss the Canadian Football League and all the events within that week and the preview for the upcoming weeks as well. This Saturday will be the last Saturday episode for the Total Football Talk brand, but the following week on the 12th, it will be Fridays at 5:05 p.m. Eastern time. But for this show, in order to make all this happen, the In or Out Sports Debate, unfortunately, will have to be put aside due to the recent plans to make another project possible. And the only way we can do that is to understand the amount of time that we're working with based on everything else that's flowing in life and our own limitations, to give us the right amount of time to make something special that you already have envisioned in your head, but you just now have to put it into product. So with that being said, I appreciate you, my brother, for being here tonight, for working with me through a tough one yesterday. We were unable to make this the last show of August, but we were able to make it the first show of September and started off with a bang here on SIRTOBA Media with not only myself, but with you here to bring the fire tonight as we go through 123 episodes.
It's amazing, man. And it started off, if you look at episode 1 of In or Out Sports Debate, yourself, Rob Johnson, all the way up to where we are now, like, look at the evolution of it. You all, if you want to get a real timeline of how things go down, do something for an extended period of time consistently and then go back. Be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Show yourself some love. Give yourself some grace. We always are hardest on ourselves than anybody else can be hard on us, right? And sometimes we just need to take that moment to step back and look at the journey and, appreciate it for what it is. So I'm proud of you, man. I really am.
I appreciate that, brother. It was 5 years in June with the first episode was made in June of 2020. And, haven't been consistent throughout, but it's still 123 episodes is a lot. It's the most episodes I have of any project. And that's why, as special as it is to me, to you, and to other people who've been here, I cannot put this show down for good. I've just got to realize if I were to keep this going every week and the other two, there's no way that commitment that I've recently made is going to get done. And that will leave potentially an impact for a longer period of time than anything else we're doing here to other people, and especially the family that's hurting right now. So that's why I feel obligated to do the best I can with that. So, and like I would with any project, but in order to do that, you got to understand where your limitations are that could potentially hurt that. And unfortunately, with the amount of time that gets put into this every week, I know that I wouldn't be able to pull it off with that. So give it about 3-4 weeks, at most 5. I don't think it's going to be quite 5 for this to have to wait, but I need a few weeks in order to make it all happen. And hopefully it's the right decision to where it brings a little happiness to others at a difficult time, especially myself throughout all this. But one thing's for sure, I would not have been able to have the type of shenanigans that we had tonight without you, because we absolutely crushed it. I had a blast with this one. Even Mickey continuously telling you to stay in your lane.
Well, we can't acknowledge that comment, Drew. He can't even spell my name right. Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
At least it's better than Korrey.
Touche.
I still forget who called you that, but it still sticks in my head how you took one character away and you added two more. How in the expletive does that even happen?
Man, bro, somebody that wants to get under your skin, you will not do that here, Mickey. All in fun, Mick. All in fun, man.
Yes, thank you, Mickey. Thank you to your better half, Kamisha, and many others who came out here, including yourself, during the comments for this show, and to anybody else who watches this in the replay as well with your comments. We greatly appreciate your participation throughout this show in the 123 episodes that we have had throughout. There's only one thing we have left to do, and that's look at one semi-badass outro from myself. Korrey, just like you do on the grind, it's now your time to send us home.
Again, getting right is never done. That is what the grind stands for. Stay true to what you do. Stay true to why you do. But make sure you stay true to you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we out. See you later.
SIRTOBA Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.